Hey, Joey here with a great 5-exercise, 5-minute lower body workout. You could add this at home, whether you want to get moving or at the end of your workout to just really help stimulate those hips and lower body. So what you're going to need is a timer and to set for 45 seconds of work with 15 seconds of recovery. You're going to do each exercise in sequence for 5 minutes total. Hope you enjoy.
Starting your top-of-the workout.
The first exercise is a hip opener. Place your hands behind your back with your stance just outside hip width apart. And the goal here is that we're going to work through internal and external rotation. And you want to imagine that your knees are performing windshield wipers. So side to side, while also keeping your chest up nice and tall, is a great way to activate that internal and external rotation. Really nice way to help open up the hips and to allow nice range of motion through both sides. 15 seconds remaining. Keep that chest up nice and tall. Bringing that knee down towards the opposite heel.
Rest.
And rest. The next exercise, we're going to drop down to one side and elevate our hips up. Lower down with the hips and drop to the opposite side. Do this for 45 seconds. So keep your chest up nice and tall. Drop to one side. Lift up nice and tall. Open the hips to the opposite side and lift up. This is another great way of opening up that inner thigh and also activating the hips and glutes. Keeping your chest nice and tall. Elevating up. Lowering down under control, opposite direction, exhale and come up. Open the hips, activate the glutes, hinge back, side to side. 5 more seconds.
Rest.
And rest. Now that we've opened up the hips, we're going to start to activate those hip flexors and quads. So from a kneeling position, we're going to stand up into our lunge and then switch to the other side. 45 seconds.
Exercise.
Here we go. Always lowering down to the knees. A great way of really engaging those hip flexors with that forward drive from the quads. Another good way of unlocking those typically tight hip flexors and allowing a full range of motion with that knee going for a dead stop onto the ground. 20 seconds remaining. Always important to keep your chest up nice and tall. To breathe in as you come down and to breathe out as you come up.
Rest.
And rest. Now we're going to activate some of the hamstrings and glutes. So what you're going to do here is lay on your back with your arms to your side and your heels pressed against the floor. We're going to elevate the hips up and lift one foot off the ground, alternating side to side, making sure that those hips stay in elevation and that we're driving from the heels. Helpful to keep your arms pressed against the floor for support. And again, make sure that you're keeping those hips up and pressing from the heels. 20 seconds remaining. Press those arms hard into the floor. 5 more seconds. And rest. Good work, guys. 1 exercise remaining. This last one is called a prayer stretch. So with the tops of your feet against the floor, really press the hips forward and squeeze the glutes. And then with the weight of your upper body, you're going to lean back, keeping your chin tucked down, and come up nice and tall. Really going to feel this through the front of your legs. A good active stretch through the quads. And a great way to bring those hips into extension rather than that typical flexion that we have throughout our day. Really keeping the chin down, hips pressed forward. Lean back slowly. Come up nice and tall. This is gonna really burn at the end. Keeping those hips pressed forward. 10 seconds, guys.
Rest.
And that's the last exercise, 15 seconds of rest. So that's a great 5 exercise for 5 minutes, activating both the posterior chain, anterior chain, internal and external rotation of the hips. And that's your 5-minute workout. Hope you enjoyed.